A fiery clash just happened in the House Oversight Committee between Jasmine Crockett and Nancy Somebody Go Get the Mace. Democrats are taking quick action when it comes to allegations that Elon was using illicit substances while at work as a special government employee. I don't know about you guys, but this definitely doesn't seem like normal behavior to me. Even for Elon Musk, who's pretty open about wanting to get back to his home planet of Mars, it's pretty strange behavior. And in an expert move, the Democratic members of the House Oversight Committee tried to push through the subpoena of Elon Musk, which sent Nancy Mace into all-out panic mode, because the Republicans didn't have enough people to stop the motion. So what she did was suspend the hearing, claiming that the clerk wasn't present, and Jasmine Crockett's response almost made Nancy blow her top. If you want to keep MAGA on their toes and stay informed on their woes, then subscribe to Really American. We've got all of that right here. Let me know what you call Nancy Mace down in the comments.
I move that we subpoena this committee, Republican and Democrat, subpoena Elon Musk to testify before this committee.
Second that motion.
We'll suspend for a moment. Thank you.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have an assistant clerk that can move maybe a little bit faster? We have a room full of people.
This is not an inquiry. Thank you.
It was a question. Do we have an assistant clerk?
It's not a parliamentarian inquiry, so no, we're not having this debate.
But it is a point of order.
It's not.
We'll check
This
the
is not
parliamentarian.
a motion to table is not debatable. Thank you.
We're not debating that.
It's not. We
We're
weren't
about
asking
the
for a
clerk.
point of order. Would the parliamentarian rule on a point of order?
Is the parliamentarian
The
here?
gentleman must state his point of order.
It was the gentlelady's point of order that was overruled because it was determined that it was not a point of order when in fact it is. I think that she should be allowed to.
She stated it was an inquiry, not a point of order, my recollection. But if she would like to restate it, that's fine.
Okay. Madam Chair, point of order.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we not have an assistant clerk who can make sure that we can continue to do the business in an efficient way in oversight? Because it has historically never taken this long for the clerk.
We're going
call
through the
roll.
process right now, and we'll have a recorded vote as soon as we're able to.
Is it possible for us to just do a roll call without the clerk to determine what members are here so that we can determine
No,
if y'all
ma'am.
really have the votes?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I have unanimous consent.
We're in the middle of getting ready to vote, so we can't do that right now. We can do that after.
Is that the rule? Because the clerk has not been ready for the last 15 minutes almost.
You're not recognized. Thank you.
So we're not doing unanimous consent.
Not in the middle of a motion to table and a recorded vote we're preparing to take.
Is the clerk seated?
You are not recognized right now. Thank you.
Okay, since we're sitting here in silence for the.
You are not recognized.
Of
And there's
the
no
record.
point of inquiry. You are not recognized.
Okay, I'll do a point of inquiry.
Okay.
I am seeking an inquiry to determine whether or not it is okay to put it into the record that at the time that this motion was called, only Mr. Gosar, Mr. Grothman, Mr. Higgins, Mr. Fallon, and Mr. Crane, along with yourself, were the only Republicans that were actually in the room.
This is not a real point of inquiry. You're not recognized on it either. Thank you.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
is the only reason we can't take a vote is because y'all were about to lose it?
Is there a point of inquiry here? Because I didn't hear one.
That was my inquiry. Is the reason
That's
we
not
can't
a
take the
valid
vote-
inquiry. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a real wonder why the Republicans in the House are bending over backwards to protect Elon Musk here, when he's going on a tirade against them over on Twitter because he apparently didn't realize that the GOP isn't actually the party of small government after all. Their whole fiscal responsibility shtick is just a sticky trap for idiots, and Elon's realizing that he got stuck like the rest of the maggots. Look at him flipping out on Trump and the Republicans just a few minutes ago over the budget bill. Elon said, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude." And what is he responding to? Trump saying that Elon only has a problem with the budget bill because of the EV mandate that was cut out of it.
He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair.
And I think Elon's realizing that he's tarnished his image as a genius inventor spaceman in exchange for what amounts to political suicide. Not that he had ambitions of running for mayor or anything, but becoming political kryptonite isn't good for your businesses either, even if you did manage to slash those pesky regulations and investigations into your corruption. Elon has been getting by on his image for far too long because we live in America where greed is good, and if you have money, you're basically allowed to do anything. A point that Professor Scott Galloway here gave perfectly in this panel against Mr. Wonderfully MAGA Kevin O'Leary. He makes this point so well that it literally leaves Piers Morgan speechless, something that we've all been begging for years.
But somehow we've decided in America that innovation and money replaces or obviates or excuses depravity. Cutting off aid to HIV-positive mothers, deciding what veterans should get benefits, cutting off SNAP payments, which have shown to have a positive net return when people run out of money for food at the end of the month. I mean, I think one of the wonderful things about being an American, and quite frankly, for me, what it means to be a man and what I try to teach my boys is the whole point of prosperity is such that you can protect people. And I think the two of you are more impressed with Mr. Musk than I am. I think if somebody is making Nazi salutes, if somebody is being sued concurrently by two women for sole custody of their child because that person has not spent any time with that child, when someone is so severely addicted to drugs they can't get their shit together to show up to the White House without looking exceptionally high, I don't think that's the right role model for young men. So what I would ask to all of us is look at what money has done to us. That if someone can land a rocket on metal scissors or create a great AV, he's a genius. He's the wealthiest man in the world. But does that mean we should excuse depravity? Does that mean, unlike Bill Gates, he's not using his billions to help people? He's not planting trees, the shade of which he won't sit under? I think this is an individual who has literally come off the tracks, who is rabidly addicted to drugs, and is using his immense power to get people elected, and that too many of us excuse what is abhorrent behavior. I think his legacy is not going to be an EV or putting rockets into space. I think it's going to be unnecessary death, disease, and disability of the world's most vulnerable. That is not what it means to be an innovator. It's not what it means to be an American. It's not what it means to be a man.
Wow.
That is exactly right. Musk is not the kind of man that we should be admiring as a society. Being rich is not some sort of moral victory. And I love Kevin O'Leary sitting here with this little pursed face all pissed off because he knows that this also applies to you, Mr. Wonderful. Hoarding wealth is actually a moral failure. It doesn't make you more of a man. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the subpoena against Musk for his drug use, Nasty Face was able to stall for long enough that more Republicans showed up, and the motion to table was pushed through along party lines. But Elon's time is coming. The clock's ticking like a crocodile, and Musk is Captain Hooked on Ketamine. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.